Alrighty then. Gonna do something I have not done in quite a long time, and that is a clothing haul. I don't really buy a lot of clothing like in one go, unless I'm going to the thrift store. And anyone out there who likes shopping probably knows the kind of Murphy's Law when it comes to shopping is if you go out intending to shop, like I have money to spend, I am willing to spend it on stuff I find, you don't find jack shit. Now, when you go out just browsing, maybe to just kill time, like maybe you've got a dentist appointment or something, you know, like I've got 30 minutes to kill, no point in me going home, I'm gonna pop into Goodwill or Target or whatever. You find all sorts of shit that you should not be spending money on. That's the way it works, at least for me. So if anybody else finds they encounter something similar, please let me know. Let me know I'm not alone. But anyway, I recently was at a comic convention, fan convention in Conjunction, which I've not put up the vlog from that yet, but I did talk about it a little bit on an episode of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. And I mentioned in that I entered the Masquerade / cosplay contest. They call it a masquerade, but you know, every convention they've got their own terminology they like to use. This particular one, they call it a masquerade. And I won, which was a big surprise. And my prize was 2 badges for next year's event, which was really cool, and a $50 Visa gift card, which also really cool. But I mentioned on the Five-ish Fangirls, I'm like, yeah, I've got this $50 Visa gift card, which if, you know, I actually did try to use it at the gas pump and it didn't work, which I realized after the fact that I was doing it wrong. But by then it was too late and I'd already filled up my gas tank with my own money. So I had this gift card and a full tank of gas. So I guess I could have sat on it and waited till I needed gas again, but I hardly drive, so I'd be sitting on it for a while, and that's boring. So I was like, should I use it for something practical or something more fun? So I was looking at like shoes, like comfy, like practical tennis shoes to wear, because I'm getting older and my feet are like, you know, I need 5 bazillion psi of arch support, or I don't know how you measure that. Or should I go and buy like, you know, something ridiculous like a new cosplay wig or something, which is still kind of practical but also kind of not. You know, so I was jumping around different websites looking at different things that I'm like, oh, you know, that I could do that, I could buy these shoes, I could buy this dress, whatever. But I really wanted to try to get the most bang for my buck. Because inflation notwithstanding, $50 is $50. And, you know, I do like a bargain. So I ended up going on ThredUp, which I've bought from them before. Actually, the shoes I'm wearing at the moment, I bought from ThredUp a couple of years ago. These are, again, super, super comfortable. These were, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, Aquitalia, something like that. So Kate Middleton wears this brand of shoe, mostly in their boots, and I see why. These are the most comfortable shoes ever. They're like little clouds on the inside. I've bought sorts of stuff from ThredUp before. If you watch other people who have similar content to me on the internet, you know, you see them buy from ThredUp. You know, Rachel Maskey, another Rachel, what's up? She buys quite a bit of stuff from ThredUp. So I was like, ooh, ThredUp, because I have several like pre-programmed searches in my profile of different things I'm looking for, or certain brands, you know, and I'm constantly hearting stuff that I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that's a possibility. I may want to buy that. Make it essentially a wish list, but don't pull the trigger. So yeah, the thing is with Visa gift cards in shopping online is most websites, if your total is more than what the gift card is for, it doesn't know that, and you have no way of like splitting payments. So I couldn't be like, I want to put $50 towards my total with Visa number blah blah blah, and then pay the rest with this other form of payment. So what I ended up doing is buying a $50 ThredUp gift card, because there's no tax or anything on that. So I was able to do an equal transaction, and then just use that $50 ThredUp gift card and put that towards my cart total, which was awesome, because with gift cards you can use those plus any discount codes, and I forget what the discount code I was using. I'm sure it was given to me by Honey. Again, not a sponsor, but thank you, Honey, for keeping track of those discount codes. So I ended up buying like, yeah, so my total after discounts, so like percentages off, not counting the gift card, with tax and shipping, I think I ended up having to pay for shipping, was $67.65. Then of course I had the $50 gift card, so I applied that. So I ended up paying $17.65 out of pocket, and most of that was tax and shipping, and got 6 items. So not gonna complain a whole lot there, because I really am excited to wear this stuff. Some of it I've actually already worn, and so now I'm going to show you. So I have everything in a pile here on my lap. I've already, like I said, I received this last week, and I've actually already worn some of the pieces, so they've been in my closet, or in my dresser, so I had to go retrieve them. But yeah, I'm really excited with this stuff. So thank you, email notification. Anyway, first up, a t-shirt. Maybe not the most exciting thing, but it's Marvel. So, and this is like old school Marvel, comic book accurate characters. So, you know, I've got Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Captain America, Thor, Spider-Man, and I'm not entirely sure who that is. I see her pop up in places. Is that Black Cat? It might be. Somebody tell me. Might be Black Cat. But of course, you know me, huge fan of Marvel, and the Marvel movies and the TV shows and everything Marvel. So I got this t-shirt. It's a medium. I would say it's definitely not a, you know, female cut. This is unisex. So on me, it's going to be a little big, but that's okay. And it's just kind of this kind of tan color. Based on the, I got hair stuck on here. Imagine that. I shed like crazy. Of course, with t-shirts, you never know when buying online how soft the t-shirt is gonna be. Unfortunately, this is not one of those like super soft blends like a lot of t-shirts are these days, which, I mean, this is 100% cotton, so it doesn't have any, was it rayon, I think, that makes some t-shirts these days like that super soft feeling. So I mean, it's definitely vintage, not vintage, but it has that vintage look. It just doesn't have that soft feel to it, but that's okay. With time and wear, that'll soften it up some more. Anyway, next up is this short sleeve blouse from ModCloth. It's the brand. This is in a large, and it's just kind of this cream ivory button down collared shirt with kind of puffy at the shoulders, a little bit of detail at the cuffs. It's got buttons there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a large, so obviously with thrifting, you don't necessarily have options when it comes to sizes. Although with ThredUp, occasionally you will find multiples of the same thing in different sizes. I think it just kind of depends on where they're getting their stuff from, or if something's been popular, I guess, recently, and then a bunch of people decide around the same time that they're like, yeah, I don't want to wear this anymore, and they send it off to ThredUp. I love ModCloth. I love the style of their clothing. They are just expensive. Even when you catch stuff on sale, their stuff can be rather pricey. So I've yet to actually pull the trigger on the ModCloth website, but thrifting, great alternative. And this is a great shirt that can be worn pretty much all year round. So, I mean, it is polyester, I think. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, 100% polyester. So, not the most breathable when it's super hot like it is right now. But once it cools down a little, I'll still be able to wear this. And then, of course, in the fall and winter, I could throw a sweater or cardigan or a blazer over it. You know, and this style goes with pretty much everything: skirts, jeans, you know, non-jean pants. So I have all sorts of stuff that I'll be able to wear this with. So this will get a lot of use. Thank you, email notification. Next up is a piece that I have worn already. It is this linen sleeveless kind of tunic top. And this is by Liverpool, Los Angeles. This is in a size medium. It's got all these great different colored stripes on it. So you can pair it with all sorts of colors. So you got a lot of options there. And even though this is a medium, I would consider this oversized. I have a blazer by Liverpool, Los Angeles, that I wear all of the time. It's this plaid. It's got these green and blue, very cool tones. If I think about it, I will post a picture of myself wearing it, because I've worn it most recently. I know I wore it at PopCon, and actually I have a picture of myself wearing it. and it's a small. So, I think in general their stuff is kind of on the larger size as far as fit, even though the blazer looks like it is a, you know, not snug fit, but tailored fit, but it has a lot of stretch in it. So I'm easily able to wear a small and even layer stuff under it that's like also long sleeve. Like I wore like a cardigan under it with a shirt. So yeah, but they're like a, I would say like a higher end department store brand, because I discovered them and bought the blazer at Von Mar, and they're the only place that I've seen them in stores brand new, and then obviously at ThredUp they carry it. But I just really liked the colors on this, and this V cut here. So you know, if I want to wear a fun necklace, I can do that. And I'll be able to take this into the fall because I've got several cardigans that the colors will go with this. And then when I switch to like my black trousers, and even with like boots and stuff, I can easily take this into the fall. Not so much winter, but definitely into the fall. So yeah, I really like this. So especially for linen, it doesn't seem to get too wrinkly, which is good, because I love the idea of linen. I don't know if this actually is proper linen. Yeah, it's polyester, viscose, cotton, and other fibers, but it has a linen feel to it, so that's probably why it doesn't get as wrinkled as actual linen. Next up, another kind of geeky piece, and this is also something I have worn already, is this cardigan that has the Marvel kind of, I guess chibi, I guess would be the appropriate term, Marvel chibi print. And this, unlike that t-shirt, is super soft. Oh my God. It is so soft. The brand is We Love Fine, for fans, by fans. That's not how I found it on ThredUp. I just typed in Marvel and stuff actually does come up. So obviously you can also look like for certain brands like Hot Topic or Her Universe. If you are familiar with those, you know that they sell a lot of fandom related clothing. But I was specifically looking for Marvel, and that actually is the search term that works on ThredUp. So that's how I found that t-shirt. That's how I found this cardigan. So, but yeah, I've worn this already and got several compliments when I was out wearing it too. People were like, "Oh my God, I love your shirt." And I'm like, "Thank you." And I just wore it buttoned up with a little camisole underneath that's got like a little lace detailing here, so that kind of peeked out there. But of course, you know, I could easily put this over that t-shirt or one of my 5 bazillion other Marvel related t-shirts, because I have several, because I am Marvel trash. Or, you know, a tank top or just a plain t-shirt too. And again, lots of different colors that can be played with, you know, your reds and your yellows and your grays and blacks. So you got a lot of different Marvel characters on there. Obviously you got like Nick Fury and Hawkeye and Captain America and Spider-Man and Iron Man. You also got Captain Marvel and Venom, Deadpool. So yeah, nice interesting collection of characters on this. But yeah, it's like, oh, this is ridiculously soft, and yeah, viscose. viscose and nylon. So maybe it's not rayon that makes t-shirts. Maybe it's viscose. I don't know. I think it depends on the t-shirt. But anyway, this is, oh my God. And then dropped one. It's like, I know I have more than what's left on my lap. Yes, because it fell on the floor. This is another ModCloth. I can speak. ModCloth piece. Again, just using ModCloth as a search term. And this is another button-up top. Obviously, this does not have a color, but it's just this fun kind of floral botanical print. Again, this dark blue color is obviously very sheer, so I'd have to wear something underneath it, but that's fine. I've got a bazillion like camisole under layer, you know, type tops to put underneath more sheer items that also control top. Yay, Spanx. And this has, the sleeves on this are like bell sleeves, so they're way wider at the cuff than they are. Yeah, you can see kind of where, I don't know if you can, it's so big. But yeah, it's this real interesting sleeve where it's kind of a bell shape. And then it's got these wooden buttons that I could button up. If I button it up all the way, it would still have like 3 wooden buttons that don't actually do anything. They're just decorative. But I have not worn this yet. But I will. But I think it was just, I thought it was really pretty. It's super long, again, kind of oversized, even though this is a medium. And again, another piece that I can wear with skirts and jeans and other types of bottoms. So yeah, this is really, really pretty, and I really, really like it. And then last, certainly not least, I got a pair of pants, and these are actually, still have the tags on them. So these are essentially brand new with tag. They don't have the price tag on it anymore, which I guess it wouldn't have had a price tag on it technically, because the tag that's still on here says they were designed exclusively for Stitch Fix. And I've never done Stitch Fix, so I don't know if the stuff that comes in those has price tags on them, or if they just tell you kind of what the price would be. But anyway, they're these kind of burgundy, they're not corduroy, and they're not necessarily velvet either, but they kind of, I guess maybe they're corduroy, but it's not that like real obvious corduroy texture. You can kind of see there. There's these really cool, skinny, like burgundy pants, and they're super, I'm gonna have to hem these or get them hemmed because they're way too long for me. But besides that, I think they're fantastic. These are, the brand is Cut From Cloth, which is not a brand that's exclusive to Stitch Fix, just this particular style, because I have stuff that's by, actually the pants I'm wearing are at the moment are by Cut From Cloth, these jeans that I'm wearing. So and again, they're a brand that I have seen at places like Von Mar, and also at I've seen them in the thrift store. The jeans I'm wearing are from Von Mar, but I have another pair that I did thrift. So they're a brand that I know how their stuff fits, because I own several pieces of theirs. So I wasn't too concerned about like the sizing and the fit and everything. So these may need to be taken in at the waist a little, just because they do have a lot of stretch in them. So they might be a bit too giving in the waist. Excuse me. But yeah, the only thing is these pockets are fake. So I guess these would be like, they're not jeggings because they're not jeans. I guess technically they'd be leggings, but these are like way thicker than what like you would call leggings. But you know, first world problems. That's story of most women's lives when it comes to clothing, is either they give us pockets but they're too small to actually hold anything, or they just give us fake pockets and say sorry about it. And then these are 63% cotton, 35% rayon, 2% spandex. So yep, and these are in a size 12. But yeah, I really like these. It's a bit too warm to wear these at the moment, which I guess is a good thing because that gives me time to hem them. But this color is going to go with all sorts of things, including pretty much everything I bought. I could wear every single one of those tops with these pants and it would work, which I think is really cool. And then this is a, you know, most people will be like, oh, red, which they're not red. They're like this berry burgundy color, but still in the red family, people will be like, oh, red pants. How the hell am I supposed to wear those? This is a color that will work with so many different things. And again, in the fall, boots. I've got ankle boots. I've got knee-high boots that these will work with because these are skinny legs, so these will easily tuck into higher boots, knee-high boots, but then I've also got ankle boots that these will work with. I've got Oxfords that these will work with. So yeah, these are going to be perfect once it gets cool enough to wear something like this. So we're still getting like 85, 90 degree days around here. So bit toasty. Even though inside with air conditioning I probably would be perfectly fine, but going outside not so much. But yeah, so yeah, that's my little haul from ThredUp and how I ended up utilizing my gift card that I won from that cosplay contest. And I think I did a pretty good job of going a little practical and a little like not practical. So it's like, do I need a Marvel themed chibi print cardigan? No. You know, most people feel like, you know, if you're gonna get a cardigan, get something that's, you know, a solid color, or, you know, something with a print, something not that screams geek. But you know, it is what it is. I am a geek. I love geeky things, and thankfully I have a job that doesn't care that I wear geeky related clothing and have geeky related tattoos and purple hair. So yeah, I'm excited to come up with different outfits using those pieces along with the rest of my wardrobe, which is mostly thrifted. I love thrifting, and the joy of the hunt, you know, whether it's actually going into a Goodwill, or I don't have Savers around here. I wish I did. And just combing the racks and seeing what you find. You know, I found some amazing things thrifting, and I know I will probably find amazing stuff in the future. But ThredUp, you know, if you can't get to the thrift store, or if you are looking for something specific, whether it's a very specific style of clothing, say you're looking for colored bottoms, you could do that. Or if you really love a particular brand because you've got stuff from that brand and you like the way it fits and you know the way it fits you, so you don't have to worry about necessarily trying on things, you can search by brand as well, which is how I ended up with some great pieces from ModCloth, which I know that you know, those types of tops easily on ModCloth probably go for $30-$40 probably. Those bottoms that cut from cloth, that brand in the jeans that I have from them easily are close to $100. So I'd imagine that pants like that are probably in the similar range, you know, in that $80, $90, $100 range. So the fact that after all the discount codes, again, thank you, honey, not a sponsor, and the gift card that I was able to buy with my winnings, I got, you know, just one of those, well, just the pants by themselves, brand new retail, would be more than what I spent, my cart total. You know, that $67.65. I'm sure that those pants cost more than that retail. And the fact that I ended up only paying $17.65 out of my own pocket, not a bad deal, I think. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please hit me up in the comment section. And for those of you out there that enjoy thrifting as much as I do, whether it's online, in the stores, however you like to thrift, enjoy the hunt.